Many speakers assume they have reached an advanced stage in their English learning, but often confuse conversational comfort with true proficiency. This gap usually becomes apparent when encountering C2 level vocabulary. This diagram shows the CEFR scale, the standard framework used in linguistics. It begins at A1, which covers basic survival English, and steps all the way up to C2, representing the mastery required for academic environments. To identify which vocabulary tier you currently use, we are going to work through a series of 36 questions. We will start with basic terms and increase the difficulty with every level. Keep track of your score as we go. For this exercise to be useful, focus entirely on these questions without looking up answers. Honesty in your self-grading is necessary to get an accurate reading of your current level. This assessment is a practical starting point for identifying gaps in your word choice and determining which specific levels you need to study next. Let's begin. Level A1 covers the building blocks, the essential nouns and adjectives used in everyday life. Question 1. Which word is the opposite of expensive? Heavy, cheap, or rich? The answer is cheap. Expensive items cost a lot. Cheap items cost very little. Question 2. My mother's sister is my aunt, uncle, or cousin. It is your aunt. Question 3. I am very blank. I need a glass of water. Hungry, angry, or thirsty? Thirsty. While hungry refers to a need for food, thirsty is specific to liquids. Question 4. Which place do you go to buy books? Library, bookstore, or shelf? Bookstore. You borrow from a library, but you buy from a bookstore. Question 5. What do you wear on your hands in winter? Socks, gloves, or boots? Gloves. Question 6. I need to blank my phone battery. Fill, load, or charge? Charge. We fill containers and load vehicles, but we charge electronic devices. Level A2, the elementary level, expands into travel descriptions and daily routines. Question 7. Which word describes a person with no hair? Blonde, bald, or bold? Bald. Bold describes a brave person. Bald describes the lack of hair. Question 8. When you go on a holiday, you pack your clothes in your blank. Luggage, package, or storage? Luggage. Question 9. Which verb means to repair something broken? Prepare, fix, or repeat? Fix. This verb can apply to mechanical repairs or to interpersonal relationships. Question 10. The floor is wet. It is very blank. Smooth, slippery, or soft? Slippery. Question 11. What do you call the list of food at a restaurant? Menu, tariff, or bill? Menu. The bill is the final total you pay. Question 12. Which word is the odd one out? Customer, client, or colleague? Colleague. Customers and clients provide payment to a business, but a colleague is someone you work alongside. Scoring well on these foundational levels indicates that you have the basic vocabulary required for simple, direct communication in English. Level B1 is the intermediate threshold. At this stage, you can typically navigate most workplace and travel situations. Question 13. Which word is a synonym for stubborn? Flexible, obstinate, or shy? Obstinate. It describes someone who refuses to change their mind. Question 14. I am blank because I failed my exam. Disappointed, thrilled, or challenged? Disappointed. This adjective specifically describes the feeling when expectations are not met. Question 15. Which word means to quit a job? Retire, resign, or fire? Resign. To retire is to stop working permanently because of age, while to resign is to leave a specific position. Question 16. The police found a clue. They have a blank. Witness, lead, or jury? Lead. In an investigation, a lead is a piece of information that helps solve a case. Question 17. Which adjective describes uncooked food? Raw, rare, or rotten? Raw. Rotten means the food has spoiled, whereas raw simply means it has not been cooked. This diagram illustrates a collocation, a pair of words that are habitually used together. Do, make, or take. In English, we make appointments. Level B2 focuses on professional nuance and the specific terminology used in business environments. Question 19. A person who focuses on small, unimportant details and criticizes them unnecessarily is tolerant, nitpicky, or flexible. Nitpicky. Question 20. Which word is the odd one out? Gaze, stare, or glance? Glance. While a gaze or a stare involves a long look, a glance is very quick. Question 21. What is a synonym for wealthy? Affluent, destitute, or economical? Affluent. Destitute is an antonym meaning extremely poor. Question 22. A statement that is ambiguous is ambitious, written with both hands, or unclear. Unclear. An ambiguous statement is open to more than one interpretation. Question 23. An explanation based on evidence and logical reasoning is speculative, subjective, or rational. Rational. Question 24. Which word describes a person who doesn't take sides? Biased, neutral, or involved? Neutral. This means the person remains impartial. Passing these intermediate levels suggests you have moved beyond literal translation and can express more precise professional intent. At level C1, general vocabulary is no longer enough. You must use specific words to describe sophisticated academic concepts. Question 25. Which word is a synonym for worsen? Alleviate, exacerbate, or facilitate? Exacerbate. This means to make a bad situation even worse. Question 26. If something is inevitable, it might happen, will definitely happen, or won't happen. It will definitely happen. It is unavoidable. Question 27. A dilemma is a difficult choice between two options, a mathematical problem, or a disastrous event. Question 29. The lawyer tried to blank the severity of the crime. Instigate, mitigate, or litigate? Mitigate. To mitigate is to make something less severe or painful. Question 30. Which word describes a person who shows no emotion or concern? Meticulous, reckless, or apathetic? Apathetic. Finally, level C2 represents the peak of the scale. These questions test highly specific vocabulary, where even some native speakers might struggle. Question 31. What does ephemeral mean? Lasting a very short time, ancient, or extremely heavy? Lasting a very short time. Question 32. If someone is obsequious, they are overly obedient, fat, or rude? Overly obedient. It describes someone who tries too hard to please others. Question 33. What does cacophony mean? A harsh mixture of sounds, a beautiful melody, or confusion? A harsh, discordant mixture of sounds. Question 34. Which word means to lessen the anger of someone? Mollify, agitate, or castigate? Mollify. Question 35. Something that is esoteric is understood by only a few, related to stars, or clearly written? Understood by only a few people with specialized knowledge. Question 36. Complete the sentence with the word meaning lazy. He was an blank employee who never finished tasks. Indolent, insolent, or indigent? Indolent. Insolent means rude, while indigent means poor. Using these C2 words allow you to articulate complex human experiences with greater specificity. Tally your final score out of 36. This diagram shows how your results correlate with the different CEFR tiers. For a more detailed analysis, including grammar and reading comprehension, follow the link in the description to take a full scientific assessment. If you want to expand your range, my vocabulary course covers over 500 words and includes assessment papers to help you internalize them. This score provides a useful benchmark for your vocabulary growth. Use it to identify the specific levels you need to focus on as you work toward higher English proficiency. Class dismissed.